Hello, how are you? Welcome to Gold Nugget, JAW_success. If this is your first time to the channel, let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. Today, my nugget is elephants don't last. They may have great or excellent memory, but they don't last. I want to say to you this morning, on this overcast, rainy, dark, and cold morning, driving to work, I want to say to you that those situations that looks and feel and seems insurmountable, and it feels like you're gonna go under, you're never going to make it, I am saying to you this morning, elephants don't last. Yeah? You don't have to wonder, or you don't have to worry, you don't have to fret if they're gonna last forever. They will not. For some of us, friends and family try to encourage us and help us, and it seems like they can't get through to us. Psychologists and counselors, doctors try to help us. Some of us end up on Prozac and all other kind of medication, and we try many things just to get over it, and we can't, and it feels impossible. And the only option some of us feel like we have is to give up on life, because depression sets so deep on the inside that we feel like we can't live. We don't need to live. But I'm saying to you this morning that those situations that seems insurmountable, they won't last. They won't be around forever. I remember a couple years ago when I got into a situation where I felt so depressed, I felt so lost, I felt so lonely. I'm in the presence of a crowd, in the presence of people who could help me, people who loved me. I just couldn't understand what was happening. I felt unsuccessful, I felt unwanted, I felt unneeded, I felt as though nothing that I was doing was right, and above everything else, I felt like the situations that I am undergoing was never changing. But guess what? Those were my elephants, those were my mountains, those were my situations. But fast forward a couple years after, I am still alive, I'm still better, I'm still in a position where I can say I am a great human being. Why am I saying this? Because now I accept that elephants don't last forever. So if the Lord never stepped in at 1 o'clock that morning when I filled the bath with water, if the Lord never stepped in that morning when I had that full bottle of tablets to take and thought that I would just take them, lie in the bath and drown myself. Some people have committed suicide because they allow the elephants to feel and to operate like they're gonna last forever. But I'm gonna say this to you this morning: elephants don't last forever. They only feel that way, but they will never last forever. What my encouragement to you is to do: find one of those little elephants, whether it be, joblessness. Find something, find a way, to encourage yourself to go after the job you want. Whether that elephant is a failed marriage like I had, I want to say to you, listen, failure don't mean final, because as long as there is a God in heaven, and as long as you are willing to give him a chance, give his word a chance, he will direct your path. He will guide you into where you should go. And the person you have lost, I'm not saying that they will come back. I'm not even saying it will ever work out. But you may find somebody different. You may find somebody who not only rock your boat, but have you whipped. And that is what I'm saying to you this morning. Elephants, they feel like they will last forever, just like mountains. But as long as you are committed to your dream, as long as you're committed to your ideas, as long as you're committed to understanding that this is never going to be an easy life, it's going to be rough sometimes. But if you remember two things, or should I say three things. One, if you remember that there is a God that loves you. Yeah? When human beings don't, when human beings can't get through to you, when human beings feel as though what they're saying is meaningless, the God who wants you to know that he loves you went to Calvary for you. Yeah? So don't feel hopeless, because there is hope. There is a hope in a God that says, I love you. And if you acknowledge that love and accept that love, every elephant, it doesn't matter how large they are, it doesn't matter where they come from, it doesn't matter who bring them, it doesn't matter what color they are, it doesn't matter what tusk they are, they will not last forever. How do we eat elephants? We eat them one bite at a time. So my encouragement to you is, understand that one of the first bites you need to take is the acknowledgement that you are loved by a great God. The second thing that I want to encourage you is, in the midst of this elephant situation where you feel unloved, I can tell you that you are actually passionately loved. Because when that was happening to me and I decided that I was going to kill myself, when my adopted mother found out that that's what I was going to do, she cried. When my adopted father, these are not people who adopted me in terms of a birth certificate, but brought me into their homes, taught me their ideals, and gave me a reason to be a great man of God. That woman, that man cried their heart out. And my mother said to me, son, do you know how much I love you? If you were incapacitated, if you were unable to do anything and you're lying in a bed, I will come and clean your bottom, because that's how much I love you. This is me saying to you, I would have lost that. And those people who truly love me would have left with a hurt, would have been left with a pain, despite what the elephant tell me, that I am not loved, I am not wanted, I am not needed. If you can bite off this little knowledge that you are actually loved, you are actually needed, you are actually wanted, then that elephant that seems like it's gonna last forever will not last forever, because you now have a greater meaning to live. You have a greater purpose to live for, and that is love. The third thing I want to say to you is, guess what? We all have dreams, and sometimes they feel like they're never going to come to pass. They're never going to happen for us. It's never going to work out. But hear me saying to you this morning, driving in this dark weather, this cold time, where I have on a cap on my head and a coat and all of that kind of thing and stuff, I am saying to you this morning, your dream will never die unless you die. Your dream will never die if you can bite that knowledge off. Why am I saying this? Because I've always wanted to become a teacher. Yeah? I've talked about it on numerous of my vlogs or my YouTube channel. Where am I this morning? I'm driving to school to teach classes today, because now I am a qualified teacher. Yeah? I may have to change country to do it. I may have had to be rejected by a woman that I loved, yeah, to get it done. I may have gone under extreme mental, psychological pressure to get it done. But I am still alive. My dream is being fulfilled. And so I want to say to you this morning, it doesn't matter how big the elephant is. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter who brought them or sent them. I want to say to you today, elephants don't last. Because as long as you have teeth in your mouth, as long as you have a grit in your spirit, as long as you have a passion and a hunger inside, guess what? The feelings you have today, they will they will go away. They will be subsided by a joy you have never known before. If you allow yourself, 1, to be loved by God, 2, to be loved by the people who actually love you, and 3, to love your dream enough to pursue it and go after it, regardless what the environment, regardless of what people say, situations and circumstances. I am saying to you, your joy will come back. The elephants that you face will go away. In fact, let me just put this in. We will always have new elephants. Yeah? That's life. We will always have new elephants. And as long as we are living, we're always gonna have changing elephants. But if you remember that they don't last, every new elephant that comes, you angle them the same way, 1 bite at a time. Because if you bite them off 1 bite at a time, trust me, you're gonna look back and you're gonna see an elephant's graveyard behind you, but you are still alive. This is JAW saying to you, by all means necessary, create a way out. God bless you. Bye.